This Thursday night football props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
This is Thurman Thomas. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean Second the Money Green with my partner in picks, Ryan Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. I'm gonna do an impression of my gardener tomorrow when I see him. Of course, he shows up on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? It's the worst. And the guy that he works with does not like the Cowboys at all. He's a Raiders fan, so it's gonna be high drama.
Raiders. Congrats to the Dallas Cowboys and their backers. Kidding. No, they won and got the cover 33-16. No big takeaways. This Raiders team is complete and utter trash. I tried to tell people, Ryan, about Chip Kelly. I tried to warn them about Chip Kelly. And I said, if anyone can mess this up, it's Chip Kelly. They ran the ball 3 times in the first half. Quentin Williams did look good.
I would say in general, there are too many.
But really, it's the Raiders defense. It's horrible.
You know what it is? I've been putting some thought into this. Do you remember when we were a kid, you would get there'd be like, not to say we were dealing with vinyl albums, but we would get a CD and you could listen to the entire album as if it was a single piece of art. I think play callers have lost the art of painting a picture, and they get caught up in whatever the fuck they're. I mean, it's a bit of an epidemic.
Well,
in the league
I think great play calling is some art, some science, right? Numbers, statistic. Hey, you go for it here. Don't do this here. But there is a flow to it. There is hey, they're thinking we're going to do this. We do that. There is an art to it.
I think some teams plan out how the game can go, and they're prepared for many such situations. I think other teams are not.
I think Pete Carroll's in trouble as a coach. There's just no juice on this team.
I put that picture of Tom Brady out, who looked extremely strange walking into the stadium. We talked about the reports that Mark Davis may not be the normal cheapskate when it comes to coaches in light of some new. I mean, it seems to be the trend. You're seeing these family-run businesses starting to divest and sell off chunks of the business. Why?
Yeah, you get a little liquidity.
Raise some cash for me, raise some cash for the team, get someone into the team who has more cash. So if we want to do things that require cash flow, we can do that. Tom Brady and whoever he's backed by, bit of mystery there, but
to me, the highlights were Tyler Lockett getting over his receiving yards. And
how about Daniel Carlson, first quarter bink?
Oh, smash it.
Come on.
And smash the fact that CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens both were not available for the first drive due to breaking curfew, right, in Las Vegas.
I mean, that's a tough city to not break curfew.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Come on, it's a city that never sleeps. It's Vegas. They don't have curfew.
What do you think we have to speculate? Maybe this would be a good question for our guest.
We do know a lot of people in Las Vegas, so maybe we can get some tips.
Oh, we're gonna find out next weekend. We will find out.
I'm sure. Yeah, we got our guest hopping on, joining us on the line to talk Thursday night props and everything else from the Propcast and many other shows on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, including the NBA Gambling Podcast. You know him, you love him, Scott Reichel. What's happening, Scott?
They're doing pretty well. I'll be in Vegas again in a couple weeks.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna be hanging out. Our buddy Rosenberg, who you do the Propcast with, he's going out for his birthday.
Sweet 16, right?
He is.
Quinceañera?
Yeah, he does. He does. Ryan and I don't do anything for our birthdays, so we find it humorous when other people go out of their way to celebrate their birthday. But great excuse to hang out. Good that you're gonna be out there in Las Vegas. Scott, what are you most excited about doing in Las Vegas?
Well, I feel like there are two answers. Either one is of course, watching sports over at Circa, which is the, I'd say, show appropriate answer. The other answer is drinking, going out for pizza at 3 a.m. So that's the more realistic answer for me.
You know I'm a degenerate.
Yeah, no, it's again, city that never sleeps. Even if you're not going that hard, it's easy to all of a sudden be like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Kramer, even us who we bravely take the first flight back every Saturday morning from the Las Vegas airport to get back to Burbank to attend your youth sports and anything else.
I'm happy to be to shoulder the brunt of the reason, but you in private would admit that you enjoy that you're back.
I like
you would because you sleep until 10 and then you're dealing with people at the airport. It's a shit show.
I like the fact that we have our own rows on Southwest flying back.
Flight, there's 50 people on the flight. Yeah. We're almost never delayed. I would say that the value of getting to the airport early, especially over the last couple months, has been nice. But yeah, I mean, the worst thing is when we're talking to people and they're like, "So you staying out for the whole weekend?" And I explain, like, man, if I stayed out here for every weekend, that would be a pretty rough existence. And then you explain, well, yeah, and I land, we usually get out Friday morning, and then we're on the 6:30 flight on Saturday morning, and they're like, "Oh, that is so rough." Coming out to Vegas for a night every week isn't that bad.
Yeah, it could be worse.
I mean, these guys are. I'm talking to fans, and they're belly aching for my travel plans, and I'm like, "Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. It's actually pretty nice." Yes. Although I'm tired of shit on Saturdays.
Yeah, got to get a good nap in.
I've over napped to the point where the wife and kids, it's just like normal. Like, oh, daddy's sleeping on the couch. Be a little quiet if you're watching TV or whatever. It's that hard sleep, It's that I had 2 hours and I'm still pissed off that craps. We owe that craps table a visit.
Yeah, we were very hot on craps and then cooled off. Craps got the best of us, but
how many weeks until we're hanging out with Scott at the craps table?
Yeah, I feel like we need save up.
We need a Radio Reichel roll. That's what we need.
Yeah, good for the mojo. Get some new blood mixing in there. Scott, we got a lot to talk about, and again, hats off to another nice night for you and Rosenberg. I saw you tweeting out a bunch of winners. I even think the broom emoji was out. That's when you know Scott's cooking, when he's got the broom emoji out. Look out! How'd you do on Monday night?
Yeah, I swept. So the broom emoji was alive and well. Can't complain. Pretty easy as well. I had Pickens overs receiving yards. They got there in the first half. He had a monster game. Javonte Williams, the longest catch under 8.5 yards. He had 1 catch for 0 yards. And I had the Geno pick, which I got a -130. Shout out to Novig. It was mostly a -150, -160. But I swept all of them pretty easily. It was really never in doubt.
Great transition. We'll give a quick toss out to Novig, of course. Look at Scott. He's one of the sharpest minds in the gambling world and on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. So if he's using Novig, that means why aren't you using Novig? You can spend $5, get $50 in promo dollars there. Use our promo code SGPN and look at all those states. If your state is on the graphic there, hit them up. They are always adding new states, updating their offerings, and really good prices. Like Scott mentioned, you might think, oh, it's an exchange. You can only do sides or totals, but no, they have sides, totals, props. You can even parlay stuff. So really a ton of options. The navigation system, super easy to use. If you're an old school bettor, if you've ever used a local, the display kind of mimics that. And I love the simplicity of the Novig experience, and the Novig app really appreciate it. So download the Novig app today and use that promo code SGPN. Novig promo code SGPN. Kramer, let's talk some Thursday night props. Maybe even put together a little Thursday night underdog entry. I'll let you get started. What is your first prop for the Buffalo Bills at the Houston Texans?
Do you remember this game last year?
No.
It was like a kind of a messy game. Bills had to come back a little bit in the second half. Ended up losing 23-20. Cook got a ton of carries in that game, and that's kind of where they settled in and they got things going. I think we've seen Cook not get a ton of carries, and over time for two reasons. One, people scream, run the damn ball. But two, you just, for all the pussies out there concerned about quarterbacks running the football because football is a violent sport, Josh Allen just took a little bit of a beating. I think this is a game, Thursday night, short week. You're probably going against Davis Mills. Just hand the ball to James Cook 25 times. Give me the over for James Cook rushing attempts and or carries, depending on how you call them. 17.5 is -120.
Really? Okay. That's interesting because I could make a case for the under there, but I just think maybe not as many.
I'm not saying he's going to have a great game yardage wise.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're coming into this knowing that this isn't a team that's going to beat him in a track meet, and it's a short week off of a week where Josh Allen did something that only Otto Graham has done before.
Shout out to Otto Graham.
Maybe he needs, maybe let's not put the ball in his hands. You see it also in his carry number, which is 6.5, juiced heavily to the under. And so perhaps there's some game plan information out there that suggests that Josh will not be getting any designed runs in this game.
Scott, what do you got cooking up for Thursday night football? Bills at Texans, and the line's currently sitting at 5.5. Most places, Bills being the road favorite here. What do you like prop wise, Scott?
Well, for starters, this play does kind of correlate with what Kramer's game script is for the Bills offense. He was a healthy scratch last week, so that's probably not a good sign for him. Give me Keon Coleman, longest catch under 15.5 yards at -108. He's gone under in 4 of the last 5. Once again, did not play last week, so that's not included in those 5 games. And the Texans are good against receivers. They're letting the 4th fewest receiving yards per game in the league. I understand that Coleman is a big play guy whenever he actually does create separation. Not as often as the Bills fans were hoping. But either way, 15.5 feels a bit large to me for a guy that did not play last week intentionally, and they scored 44 points. So I don't see him being a big piece of the offense right now. Give me Keon to show up, probably on a low snap count. We'll see how the injury report goes. But I'll go for his longest catch under 15.5, -108.
Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna tail it somewhat. I'm just gonna go under 24.5 receiving yards. Similar handicap. I just don't think he's gonna be super involved. And you look at the way the Bills spread the ball around. Oh, they had like 8 different guys catch a pass in that game. Kind of crazy, which makes it interesting for the first touchdown stuff, because I do think a lot of these guys are kind of live, and the Texans are obviously pretty good defensively, but I think there's going to be some of those random guys we take dart throws on, maybe more live than normal. So I'll play Keon Coleman under 24.5 receiving yards. Similar logic to Scott. They obviously aren't dying to work this guy into the game plan. He might get a catch, maybe 2, but I feel safe with the under 24.5 receiving yards. Kramer, what do you got? I got to grab something.
Go grab something. So I was a little surprised to see them dangle the Davis Mills rushing yards at 6.5. He's gone over that in every one of these starts, even in that Broncos game, coming in with he started that game as well. So I'm not really sure I get this one. Granted, it's probably based off the fact that he's only getting a rush or 2 a game. I think the Bills are leaky, and leaky defenses give up random scrambles. And he's shown the propensity again. The Jags game for the win. There was a critical scramble there in the 4th quarter against the Titans.
Davis Mills is literally running for his life in his career. This is a prime time
Here's what's crazy is he has had longer runs than 6.5 yards in each one of these games. He had a long of 7 against the Broncos, 14 against the Jags, and 10 against the Titans. So I think they've screwed up whoever's pricing quarterback rushing numbers screwed up for this one. Davis Mills over 6.5 rushing.
Now, do we consider a Davis Mills rushing ladder?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because again, he's not. I doubt we're going to see a 5 carry game. I think it's going to be 1 or 2 critical scrambles. And it seems reasonable to think, since it has happened in every one of the games he started, that he'll go over 6.5 yards on that scramble.
Very reasonable.
Reasonable.
Scott, what else you got cooking up over there for Thursday night football props?
Yes, I'll go for the other quarterback. I'll go for Josh Allen. I ended up hitting an interception play earlier on Monday night. I'll go with Josh Allen pick here at -118. We've seen Josh Allen have moments in his career where he turns the ball over a ton, and some where he doesn't turn it over at all. And it seems like the pendulum's kind of swung back to the turnover-prone nature. He's had at least 1 pick in 5 of the last 7. Texans are very good at forcing interceptions. They're averaging 1 reception per game, 3rd most in the league. And the Texans have recorded at least 1 pick in 7 of their last 8 games. I need 1 throw from Allen that's either, once again, running for his life, chucking it to nobody, maybe a deflected pass, couple ways to get there. But Allen, for better or worse, is a gunslinger at heart. He's going to make some dangerous throws, and I'm hoping that the Texans intercept one of them. Minus 118. I like the price for a guy that's had one in 5 of the last 7.
Sean, he threw like a chest pass in the last game. He's made so many old Josh moments. I saw someone make the comment that he showed both why he's going to win the MVP and not going to win the Super Bowl all in the same game. And it's true. It's the reason why he's. I mean, we used to joke about it. He was like that. Josh Allen is that crazy bitch drunk. You knew in college. Yeah. That was like it. Like certainly, like in the short term moment when you're drunk and for the next 4 hours, it's going to be electric.
Seems like the greatest idea ever.
But then you're going to wake up to a fucking rooster in your bedroom, and you're gonna realize you made a big mistake. Oh, just like
you did go to
annoying, loud, annoying. Like
I was going to say, metaphor. You went to an agricultural school.
I mean, roosters were never really in the mix.
Okay.
Yeah. We roasted some pigs. We definitely did some stuff with cows.
No, wait. That's not a euphemism. That's not an analogy. That's actual roasting of pigs.
Yeah. Okay. End of year, the rugby party at the end of the year, they'd just rent a big field from a farmer and just build a cinder block pit and roast full pigs. It's pretty rad. I mean, think about it, Sean.
Just funny thinking all these hillbilly rugby players in their Hawaiian shirts.
No. Not like a luau.
What? If you're roasting a pig, you don't wear a Hawaiian shirt?
But you're in Southwest Virginia.
Yeah,
it's got nothing to do with the islands or any of that bullshit. We're not burying pig in sand, but just the savage nature of ripping pig off of the just a real, very manly way to eat meat. You're really getting us sideways here.
Oh, I'm just I'm enjoying chopping it up with you and Scott. Hey, a little bonus prop here from our buddies over at Rhythm. They like Woody Marks under 15.5 rush attempts in this game. I could see. I mean, this.
What was that last week? Because they were trying to get him going. Was it just the Titans had a good game plan?
I mean, Jeffrey Simmons played. That's certainly clogs up the middle. I do think this is it's interesting because I like their under rush attempts that Rhythm is giving out, but I do think Woody Marks will break one. So I kind of like the over. Okay. I will give out the over 58.5 rushing yards because I don't think they can really slow down stuff on defense. I think Nick Chubb could get some work. To your point, Ryan, they got him and they had 18 carries, only 44 yards. I think he's due for a little increase in efficiency, maybe not in the carries. And you could have a fun little time with the same game parlay over rushing yards, maybe even do an alt over rushing yards under attempts on Woody Marks. That's kind of a fun if you're looking for some DGen action. So yeah, give me the Woody Marks over 58.5 rushing yards.
Excellent choice.
Thank you. What's another prop you like, Ryan?
All right, so there was some conversation this week. As you know, there's some aggregators out there that will do the thing where they listen to the press conferences and they clip something, and sometimes it's maybe just to engagement farm, and sometimes it's actually to report the news. Well, if you haven't seen, there was a clip that D'Amico Ryans is saying, essentially, I want to see more of Jalen Noel. Rookie slot receiver out of Iowa State has flashed a little bit. Now this is clip. It's put into the fantasy aggregators, and people are thinking this is going to be a breakout game for Jalen Noel. Unfortunately, since Christian Kirk has been healthy, he's been the guy ahead of Noel. And if you expand out the quote, he continues to say, "We all want to see Jalen Noel more," as if like he's doing something to prevent him from being on the field. Meanwhile, Christian Kirk on the field with Davis Mills got 2 red zone targets last week. So we're just going to do a very simple anytime touchdown with Christian Kirk. It's plus 750, Sean.
Wow.
Slide it. So we're sliding that one on the card. I don't mean to get so big, but
yeah, Christian Kirk is a dog, certainly a veteran guy. He hasn't, what has he done lately? Kind of a quiet game.
No, he hasn't done much of anything. I mean, I think the passing offense hasn't done much of anything. Yeah. But again, the idea that this is I think a lot of people are going to be leaning into the idea. We're seeing the touchdown prices for Noel come down and Kirk go up. So I think there's some sort of anticipation that roles might change. He's had 4 targets last game, 3 targets the week before that. Only 1 catch in each of those games. Has not scored a touchdown yet, but like I mentioned, he was the target twice last week against the Titans, and he does seem to have some chemistry with Davis Mills.
Like
plus
that,
750.
like that. Scott, what do you got over on your sheet?
Yeah, so this one's going to be a bit juicier, but I try to get a kicking prop in there every time.
Yes.
I got to go for the guy. Yeah, I got to go for Fairbairn. Got to go with the over 1.5 field goals at -140. Dating back to last year, he's made at least 2 field goals in 20 of his last 23 games.
It's insane.
On top of that, at home this season in 4 home games, he's made 13 field goals. Give me the over 1.5 -140.
Yeah.
When I saw this was on Scott's card, I was like, well, I won't give it out. I'll let Scott. I'm obviously going to be playing.
I'm going to be including it on my sheet, not as one of my official 3 props here, but again,
I mean, you have
Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals -140.
It's the return of Fairbairn. It's not just Fairbairn. It's the return of Fairbairn, and the guy that has replaced him is just missing kicks in every game.
This is Texans football, settling for field goals that he hits is
they're not settling. They just don't have the ability to do red zone offense.
True.
They couldn't even do it against the Titans.
That was kind of sad.
I mean, Bill's not very good either, but yeah, love that one, Scott.
This one also to me is an auto play. Josh Allen in a primetime game, anytime touchdown. It's only -110, which to me is kind of wild. He's had 7 touchdowns in the last 4 games. He had a 2-2 and he's coming off a 3 game. So I guess you could say, oh, he got banged up, but what if they're inside the 5, he's running. Maybe he doesn't run a ton, but
yeah, I mean, good luck.
Oh, you don't think he gets in the end zone?
I think I'm just reading between the lines in the markets with his carries, with his yards, I think they might just get, this might be, I mean, we'll stay tuned for my DGens only play, but I do wonder if he's going to be getting in the end zone in this game.
Last time he had, he had 3 carries against Carolina, still got in the end zone twice. He can be pretty inefficient and still get in there.
Yeah. No, of course. He's their goal. He's one of their goal line backs. I'm speculating that maybe they will look to not use him on the short week for a reason.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? It's just a thought.
So it is a thought.
I was driving around, it was raining, was getting romantic about football. Thinking about
mind wandering off whether or not they're going to use him near the goal line. I still think they're going to use him. Kramer, do you have any
last time earlier this season when they played a Thursday night game, he only had 4 carries for 25 yards against the Dolphins. I'm just thinking it's a short turnaround kind of, let's not break our guy. That's all. I have no more. I'm officially playing. So James Cook under 17.5 carries -120. Davis Mills over 6.5 rushing yards -120. And Kaimi Fairbairn. I'm sorry, Christian Kirk anytime touchdown plus 750, and then the bonus, the auto play Fairbairn is back over the field goals. Play it up to -200.
Yeah, I like Woody Marks over 58.5 rushing yards. Josh Allen to get in the end zone. Keon Coleman under 24.5 receiving yards. Auto play with the Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals, and Rhythms play is Woody Marks under 15.5 rush attempts. Download the Rhythm app, promo code SGPN 25. Scott, before we get to our underdog entry, just remind people what props you're on here.
Sure. So I have Keon Coleman. I have his longest catch under 15.5 yards. Josh Allen pick, and I also have Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals, and that's my 3.
Yeah. Let's put together a little underdog entry for Thursday night football. Of course, brought to you by Underdog. Promo code SGPN. Get in over there, play the pick'em. A lot of fun playing over on Underdog. Promo code SGPN. Kramer,
do we want to get juicy? Because we got juicy with Jameis on Sunday. And we almost got there.
Yes.
But then Dylan Gabriel got benched last.
Dylan Gabriel
put in CTE jail.
Yeah, the Dylan Gabriel anytime. Who knew that was going to be the problem one? Yeah, we can get a little spicy. Why don't we let Scott go first? He is the guest.
Scott's better at this too than us. He's a master.
Scott, what is your first entry for the underdog play?
Well, we all agree on it, so might as well do Fairbairn, right?
No,
yeah. See, Scott knows. Hey, get a winner. get on board here. It's a little reduced because of the juice, but it's an auto play, so why not put it in there? Kramer, what else? What's your favorite fantasy projection here?
I think what's the Davis Mills? Let's see what the Davis Mills number is.
I like Davis Mills.
Do they have the rushing yards? 7.5 rushing yards here.
Yeah.
That doesn't really affect my opinion on the matter.
Okay.
Let's go higher.
Higher. Okay. So we need something.
Yeah. I put you in a box. You got to take
the Buffalo
from
side.
The Bills.
I'm going back and forth because I like both Scott's angle. Scott, what did you have his longest at? 15.5?
Yeah, I 15.5.
Okay. Do we like that better, Ryan, or do we like lower 24.5 receiving yards? I like both, but what are you doing?
Longest reception.
Okay. We'll trust Scott here. Lower on the Keon Coleman longest reception at 15.5. Higher Davis Mills 7.5 rushing yards, and higher Kaimi Fairbairn 1.5. Oh wait. Ooh, I almost hit 1.5 extra points made. I got to make sure I get the 1.5 field goals made. That would have been
Sean.
That would have been diabolical. Somehow you're getting a better price on field goals made than extra points. Have you watched this Texans team? I would much rather have higher 1.5 field goals than higher 1.5 extra points. That's crazy. And it jacks up the price. That's awesome. $100 entry returns you $539 over an Underdog Fantasy when you use the promo code SGPN. Okay. Kicking it over to the first TD market. This is a fun market, I think, for this game. Kramer, I'll let you start first. What are you doing in the first touchdown market?
I do think. I think a couple things. One, when you were talking earlier, I kind of agreed with some of what you were saying, but at the same time, I don't know if I agree because I think Shakir is a decent play in this one. Again, I don't think they're going to be running Josh. I do think they're going to be running James Cook. But I'm going to take Shakir at 12-1. I think maybe a little bit of a regression game. He didn't just seems. And if there is a weak spot to the Texans defense, it's probably somewhere in that slot space. And I think Shakir is one of the better route runners in there. So we're going to go Shakir. We're going to go Bills defense. Obviously, I still think the Texans are a complete wild card. Short week. Never know what can happen. I'm also going to take the Texans defense. I think Josh Allen has thrown a chest pass. He's fumbled when trying to like throw the ball underhand. He's also thrown a number of interceptions, as Scott pointed out. So we're going to take the defense. And if I'm going to play the anytime at 750, I got to play the first touchdown for Christian Kirk, 40-1. So Texans defense 40-1, Christian Kirk 40-1, Bills defense 40-1, and Khalil Shakir 12-1.
All righty. Scott, what are you doing in the first touchdown market?
Yeah, so we talked about it before, how Buffalo does kind of spread the wealth around. So I am going to go with a couple of Bills guys. First guy, as a James Cook fantasy owner, I'm getting frustrated by how many times this guy gets into the end zone lately. Ty Johnson at plus 3,000. He's had a touchdown in 2 of the last 3 games. I do think that he even got a rushing touchdown, which is very rare for Ty Johnson. But either way, point is he has scored in 2 of the last 3 weeks. Do think that he can be dangerous here. They will sometimes rotate Cook out, and I do think that Johnson gets some work in that area. Also going to mention a guy who has been pretty good lately, had a touchdown last week and 90 yards. I like Shavers at around plus 3,000 as well. I'll go for those two. Thought about a Texans option, thought about Texans defense, but I really can't stand watching that offense play, so I'll just avoid them entirely. Give me Ty Johnson and give me Shavers at around 30-1 each.
Yeah, like it. And Shavers obviously had a breakout game last week. Who's to say he's not going to keep that streak a rolling here? All right, for me, Jaden Higgins at 20-1 is pretty interesting for this Texans team. Kramer, is he on your radar?
Yeah, he's certainly he's emerging. He's definitely getting more love than his college teammate Noel.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think he is a decent shot here. 20-1. Davis Mills is 80-1. He just had a rushing touchdown to end that Jags game walk-off fashion. Although there was a bonus touchdown thrown in there. On the other side for the Bills, Jackson Hawes 40-1. The Bills clearly draw up stuff for him near the red zone. He didn't get any work last week. Kind of makes me think he's due a little bit. You saw his snap count, his route participation is still up there. They have red zone stuff designed for him. And then the white whale that is Reggie Gilliam, 100-1. They ran a 2-point play for him last week. Why would they not keep going to him?
I've definitely been riding the Reggie Gilliam train hard.
Yeah,
riding it hard.
So those are my 4 little longer shot ones. Having a little fun here, Ryan. All right,
fun.
Yes.
In gambling,
never.
Some people say you can't do that. Very serious.
What about what about a degen play, Kramer?
You know I'm a degenerate.
So I was kicking around the old machine over here.
Okay.
And I was like, I really was forming the opinion that I think the ball is going to be on the ground, and I think they're going to run the ball a bunch, and I think they're going to attempt to impose their will. What if all 3 running backs scored for the Buffalo Bills?
Oh, okay.
Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, James Cook, all been given opportunities. Like Scott mentioned, last game, Ty Johnson was getting used heavily in the pass game. So was James Cook. I think James Cook could get a nice bell cow workload. And then what if it's mop up duty? Ray Davis comes in. So all 3 guys, anytime touchdown, plus 24798. That's 247 to 1.
Dialing international.
I get it. It's probably not even good value. I was a little surprised to see Ray Davis has the same anytime price as Reggie Gilliam. It just seems almost wrong. Almost like if I believed Ray Davis could get in the game early, he would be a fun touchdown. But maybe he's a better last touchdown at 45 to 1. Anyway. Yeah, that was the. I had a couple other ideas, like maybe I go 2 touchdowns for Ty Johnson, 1 for James Cook, but I thought we'll do a trifecta: Ty Johnson, James Cook, Ray Davis, all to score a touchdown, 248 to 1.
Love it, Scott. What are you doing for your degen play?
All right, so mine's not nearly as, I'd say, much of a lucrative return as Kramer there, but I do have a 3-pick parlay here. So I am going to go with the Bills on the side in this game. At the end of the day, I do think the Bills offense will do enough to win the game. Might not be pretty, but I do think they'll cover the 5.5 personally. Even though I acknowledge Kramer's point about where the Allen carries are located and how it is trending downward, I still think he will get goal line usage. It's what Josh Allen has pretty much turned into. He is the battering ram they use around the goal line. So I'm still going to pick him to score a touchdown.
Snowplow.
Yeah, snowplow.
Either way.
Ram.
I don't know if I can say snowplow because they're indoors for this game, but same idea. I do think he'll get a rushing touchdown in this game. And I mentioned Josh Allen before being a bit reckless. Give me Houston defense to score a touchdown with Allen touchdown and with Bills minus 5.5, around 54 to 1.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
It's pretty spicy.
I could be talked into that.
All right. The snowplow or
I mean, I guess it depends on who I'm snow plowing with. I don't think it's about the activity, Sean. It's about the companionship.
All right, so
the Ray Davis and Reggie Gilliam anytime touchdowns just moved to 18 to 1 in front of my face.
Yeah, we got to stop giving out stuff before we get.
They moved the other way.
Oh, really? Bigger. It got bigger. Okay.
Got bigger.
I got 2.
Which means my parlay now pays out 252 to 1.
I got 2 options. I got a light degen light if you're looking for less filling, or degen ice. You know, remember Bud Ice, Ryan, where they somehow figured out how to freeze the beer and evaporate some of the water and give you higher concentrated ice. Scott, you were the social chair at your fraternity. Did you guys ever drink ice beer?
It might have been out of the payroll back then. We were sticking with the cheaper options. We discovered a long time ago, one of the movements I helped bring into the fraternity. If we just got the worst quality beer possible, we would sacrifice as a team. We could probably get another keg. So we went for quantity over quality. That's kind of what we went for.
It's a good move, but yeah, I mean, the ice beer was interesting because that was. I vividly remember I forget what the situation was, but the consequence was having to do a power hour with ice beer.
Well, see, I think some of it is an age thing because I think they stopped making it, and it would destroy your stomach because it was. And we used to get, it was not fancy. We used to get Keystone Ice. So we're talking when I was drinking 18, 17, 16 years old. A case of Keystone Ice was $8.99, and I worked at my uncle's hardware store, so I would come in to the beer distributor in my hardware store outfit and just bitch about how hard life was, and the guy wouldn't ID me, and I would get a case of Keystone Ice for $10, and I had money to tip him. You know, kind of make sure he didn't kept not IDing me. It was pretty sweet.
I feel like I almost need to interview some of your high school friends just for stories about Sean.
Yeah,
I just like the idea for the story that you had to say beforehand to warn the listeners that it's not fancy, but it's Keystone Ice. Like we weren't going to be able to tell that Keystone Ice is not the fanciest of beers.
Ice, it was Beast Ice. You're right. Milwaukee's best ice was the go-to beer pong game.
The two we went to
pre-gaming for high school football.
Natty Ice,
like
Natural Light / Ice.
Yep.
And Beast. Those were the two down in Virginia. And when you were doing stuff with ice, it wasn't just that you were getting drunker. You were just gonna be. Everyone was throwing up.
Yes.
No one was escaping the night without.
And then that's I don't know if it's rumor or confirmed, but Matt Ryan, everyone called him Matty Ice, not because he was cool under pressure. It was because he loved ice beer. That was the rumor.
I can confirm that one.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we've already confirmed that from boots on the ground in Chestnut Hill, or where the fuck Boston College is from.
Okay.
Yeah.
So lock it in.
Matt Ryan enjoyed to throw him back, which if I'm gonna, the guy was very hateable. Liking beers in college, not a reason to hate the guy, but pretty awesome that you get called Ice
because you love ice beer.
You love beer so much.
All right, so here we go. Degen Light, my Degen Light version. Josh Allen, Davis Allen, anytime touchdown parlay. I had some good luck, some middling luck here, but Josh Allen, Davis Allen, both to get in the end zone. That's 41-1, so that's not bad. But the Degen Ice parlay is Jackson Hawes, Davis Allen, anytime touchdown parlay. That's a cool 191-1.
Just to ask, by the way, do you mean Davis Allen or Davis Mills?
Davis Mills.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, cool.
That was very professional of you, Scott, to give him a chance to make an ass of himself.
You know what I did?
You merged Josh Allen's last name with Davis Mills' first name, but I just wasn't sure if I was forgetting some third string tight end somewhere named Davis Allen that we just didn't talk about until now.
That was very good,
yeah, he is on the Rams. We owe Scott is very polite in busting your balls. Excuse me, I just want to ask a question about how you sounded like a total fucking idiot. Just to confirm.
To be totally honest, I opened up FanDuel, did Command F, and I'm like, there is no Davis Allen on either team, so I had to make sure. But okay, cool.
Well, see that's maybe Scott respects me, Ryan, because his first thought was, I must not know that Davis Allen is playing on the Texans or the Bills. I missed it.
I think it shows the kind of person that Scott is, that he listens and verifies data before speaking.
Yes, Scott does trust it but verify. And shout out to Brett in the chat. I am 40 and still drink Bud Ice, you bitches. I didn't know.
I just Googled when did they stop making it, and the AI told me they'd never stopped making it.
I just assumed. I guess that's the other thing, though. Being in California, they don't have beer distributors. You can get beer at 7-Eleven, Walgreens, whatever, any sort of grocery store, which is convenient. But I feel like beer distributors in Pennsylvania, you drive into this like giant warehouse and they have every single kind of beer. California, while it's nice that they have beer everywhere, the selection isn't crazy.
So it does seem like the amount of ice beer out there has drastically declined due to the fact that it was largely considered a fad. And yeah, I think also this kind of says that the rise of high alcohol IPAs essentially replaced.
It was like a classier version. It was kind of Four Loko before Four Loko without the obviously energy drink aspect to it.
Yeah. But this was also the same time in our lives where we would get like 40s of OE and drink them on the bus to whatever house party we were going to.
Oh yeah. Malt liquor.
I
Edward
mean,
40 hands.
Oh, we have to tell a quick side story.
Sure.
Scott, you'll appreciate this as a former social chair. Yeah.
Of course, I'm familiar
So
with the
That's
game.
a great visual, Scott. Of course, if you don't know, Edward 40 hands is you duct tape 40 ounces to your hands,
So,
one in each one, and you can't go anywhere until you finish both.
So one of Sean's high school buddies was, I think it was a bachelor party.
Oh yes, it was our buddy Sully, wasn't it? Or
no, it was whoever. Yeah, because there were a couple people there that weren't in like the group of people that normally hung out together.
It was a big group,
and we had already all agreed we were gonna play Edward 40 hands before we go out, staying at the Rio before the Rio closed for leprosy.
So then it wasn't Sully, because maybe it was Jacobs.
No, I think it was. I want to say it was Pintan. Would have been
Pintandy. Yeah, it might have been.
And he had two of his like teacher buddies there, or whatever he was doing at the time. And we're already there. We've already started. We're already getting drunk. And these two guys who they've not met most of us walk in, and we just like basically it becomes like a physical. We accost them and just tape 40s to their hands.
Like, I don't want to do it.
They did not want to do it.
Like, we didn't ask if you wanted to do it.
No. It's a team thing. We're all doing it. And I remember the one guy just kept going.
I want to go to the bathroom.
He kept going to the bathroom so he could pour more.
Yeah, we're watching you. You can't pour it out. Made him keep the door open.
Oh man, life was simpler when you had no responsibility.
Well, hey.
I remember my frat's usage of duct tape was the 40 hands, and we did the double-headed dragon, which was you took two separate, different flavored like vodka bottles. Basically, one was like salty watermelon, the other was like sriracha flavored vodka, and you duct tape them together so you can't tell which flavor's which, and then you get a partner. You need a volunteer, and then you spin it around, and you both drink at the same time.
Yeah,
that's fun.
College drinking games are hilarious because they're all just about consuming as much alcohol as possible.
Oh yeah,
we used to play.
It's not a competition, but I tried to win.
Yeah, but it was like they literally had it at the rugby house. One of the things they would do like during initiation was a game called 2 men enter, 1 man leave, like Thunderdome, and it's you versus someone else chugging over a trash can. If you win, you get to leave. If you lose, you got to stay there. And so it's just the point of the game is just once every couple minutes, someone's vomiting into this communal trash can. Oh, it's a ridiculous situation. And yet looking back on it, it was very fun in the moment.
Yeah. Hanging out at the frats at Penn State. Those guys are savages. They love drinking. So do we. Hey, good reminder. Come out and say hi at Circa Friday nights. Kramer and I are there most Friday nights after our live show, 7 to 10 local time over on VSiN. Scott's going to be out there in a couple weeks there. The Friday, December 5th, I think. So we'll get you on the VSiN show, you and your buddy Rosenberg. Of course, check those guys out on the Propcast, the NBA gambling podcast, the tennis gambling podcast. Scott does it all. Awesome work over download the SGPN app wherever you get your apps. And Kramer, I should have set it up top, but we are doing 25% off everything in the merch store. That's right. The Degen University gear, the TCE gear, the Saudi Arabia t-shirt, Saudi Arabia State. We also have a bunch of fun holiday stuff, bunch of good hoodies, the Under Armour hoodies. They're not cheap, but they're super comfortable. Best quality stuff we have in the merch store, and promo code holiday 25% off everything. So if you have a friend or a degen in your life who would love some of this gear, we got a bunch of good stuff, including the holiday stuff. But the hoodies are.
I'm getting some of those. The Degen University
sweatpants
beanies.
are awesome. Yeah, the beanies are great.
My daughter will wear a Degen University hoodie to school.
Yes, and shout out to our buddy. I do the Get to the Points podcast with over on youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Comedian Doug Stanhope. He loves his Degen University hoodie. Checks it out all the time. And get some tennis gambling podcast merch. The logo's pretty sharp and looks good on a coffee mug. Highly recommend it. And the podcast, and of course all the great stuff.
Does it look sharper than the podcast is?
So I don't know. Podcast is pretty sharp. So tune in, lock in, check out Scott over there and the Propcast. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Hit me up if you're interested in digital horses.
Kramer, let it ride.